What's up, everyone? This is going to be a demo of Sendlytics. We're finally going public with this. We've been in beta for the last 3 or 4 months, and we're now ready to show everybody else all these features. So what is the goal and what is the point of Sendlytics? Sendlytics has been created with email marketers in mind by email marketers. What I mean by that is we want to empower email marketers to use data to make smarter decisions in their email strategy. We specifically integrate with Klaviyo. We have a Shopify integration coming soon. We want to build retention analytics and RFM segment and AI, and all of that is coming soon. Right now, we have a reporting tool that agencies around the world have been using to basically empower their account managers, empower their strategists to increase and better their perception with the client, so that when you are showing a client a report, you have an automated graph that comes up, you have automated goals, progressions, you have automated everything, so that you can spend your time analyzing data rather than building out Google Sheets and manually exporting things from Klaviyo and whatnot. Like I said, right now we're a Klaviyo tool. Eventually one day we might be more than just Klaviyo, but I'm going to go through each page from here, and then we'll talk about our different roadmaps. So if you're an agency, we have an agency breakdown tab here. It'll be a place for all of your different clients to be in one place. At the top, we can sort by different metrics. So if you want to look into, who has the best campaign revenue or something like that, we can switch through this. We can see different clients and how much money they're making, etc. We can see the top 5 worst and top 5 best. And this goes for any metric you can think of. We can also see our revenue over time. And so, maybe you have an initiative that you want to increase your campaign open rate over time. And so you can see right here, maybe you were thinking in your head, like as an agency or as a company, you were saying, hey, everybody, we need to increase our open rates. It's getting a little bit low. We need to better our deliverability. And so this is kind of gives you an ability to track how all of your clients are doing as a whole and see maybe market trends and whatnot. As I scroll down, we can see all of our different clients here, as well as the metrics for each of those clients. And so the point of this is to start helping you spot different aspects of all of your clients, especially if you have 20, 30, 40, 50 clients. You're not going to be in the Klaviyo account every single day. It's going to be very difficult for you to know what's happening on all of these different accounts. This gives you a little bit of insight into that. We can customize our different metrics here. If you only care about, say total revenue and attributed revenue percentage, we can have a table that looks just like this. But if you want even more data, we can throw everything on here, and we have all kinds of different metrics here. We can sort this, say who has the best flow open rate, who has the worst flow open rate, that kind of thing. Excuse me. And this whole point is to give you visibility into your entire business. If you're an agency right now, you really have no visibility into all of your different clients, and we're trying to fix that problem for you. Moving from here, from any of these, we can click into a client, and this takes us to the client overview tab. And what this is built for is to have one page that has all of a client's stats in one place. Everything here is built to be as quick as possible so that you can find exactly what you need. How this works is when I start at the top, I'm going to get overall metrics. So I'm going to get things like total revenue, attributed revenue, flow revenue, campaign revenue. As I scroll down a little bit, we're going to get some graphs for that same thing, attributed versus unattributed, flows versus campaigns, attributed revenue percentage, that kind of thing. As I scroll down even more, we've got the flow overview. All of these stats are specific to flows. I can switch between different ones like click rate, etc. Scroll down even more, we can get into campaigns. Scroll down even more, I can get into subject line analysis for different flows and campaigns by whatever metric we want to do. So if you want to see your top 10 subject lines by click rate, this is how we can make that work. So all of this can be drilled in deeper. So if I want to go deeper into flows, I can go view all details. And this takes me to a page with a table and all of your flows in a single place. Again, we can switch and add as many metrics as we want, but we can look at, which flows are doing all of the money right here. And we can see, okay, here's the welcome series flow. And the welcome series flow, obviously, most of the time is doing most of the money. And so we can click into this and we can start spotting, okay, we can see a dashboard, we can see a table, and we can start analyzing, okay, why is this flow dropping? How is it doing? How is it going? And how has it changed year over year as well? And so if I switch over to dashboard, we can see a graph for just this specific flow, just this welcome series flow. And we can see, how is it changing over time? What has been, what has been changed in this flow? What should be optimized? Maybe you're seeing the click rates dropping, open rates dropping, something like that. This can help you identify, why did our attributed revenue drop or something like that. If we go back to the client overview, we can also do the same thing for campaigns. Maybe you noticed like one of your campaign tabs, one of these was lower. You wanted to drill in a little bit more. You wanted to see why the recipients dropped off, whatever. We can go into view all details, and this takes us to a campaign page. We can also go to it from the left side. And the whole point of this campaign page is to identify, anything about campaigns. We've got campaign count here. We got revenue per campaign, open rate, click rate versus clicks, CTR, etc. And up here we can switch the different, look into different dates. Like if we just want to look at January, we can also switch between the x-axis. Like if we want to just look at each day in January, you can really dig in and help you find and have visibility into your data in Klaviyo. We can switch over to table view, and we can actually see what campaigns were being sent, what were the metrics. We can add again different metrics, switch between the different engagement stats and whatnot. From here, we also have some other overview type of views that you can look into, like goals. Goals is one of my favorites, where we can input a specific goal like this, and we can say, we want our monthly attributed revenue to be, 50,000, right? We want the attributed revenue percentage to be at 30%. And when we save that goal, it sets this goal right here, and it sets the monthly goal right here. And what this does is it adjusts the goal according to whatever time frame you're looking at. So right now, the goal for 50,000 by day is 1.67. But if I switch this over to month, you're going to see the goals changes into 50,000 and that kind of thing. And so same here for the attributed revenue percentage. So maybe we want to hit 30%, and right now we're at 10, 16, 20%. We can start analyzing, why aren't we there? And we can set goals for any of the other metrics here as well. And going into trends, what this is really meant to be is an ability to compare year over year stats. So we can say, January to March, and we can then say, how have, these months performed year over year? And so we can see, this is January compared to the previous year. This is February compared to the previous year, that kind of thing. And we can start saying, okay, we're doing worse this year than we did last year. What changed? What adjusted? And I identify what actually went wrong. And, the blue line being the attributed revenue, we're obviously lower. So what happened? Campaign revenue's way up, but flow revenue's down. So something's wrong with flows. We should go look into flows, that kind of thing. You'd be surprised how much you can really find once you understand these types of charts and start reading into them regularly. So some other views, miscellaneous stuff like deliverability. We've got bounce rate, spam complaint rate by flow, by campaign, the best performers, the worst performers. Again, we can switch between these different ones, easy as well. And overall, I can just show some settings, because all of this can also be branded in your brand. So whether you're an e-com store or an agency or anything, we can throw your logo up here. We can change the background color. We can change the color on the graphs. If we go to settings and we go to setup, we can go here. We can adjust the graphs like this, and we can switch to light mode like that. And you can see save changes, and we've just kind of rebranded the whole dashboard into a whole different color. And if I was to upload a brand logo, we can adjust the logo up here, and upload a browser tab. We'll adjust the browser tab at the top. And really what this is meant to be is an internal tool where you use, and it looks like it's your own. When you share this with, if you're an agency, if you share this with clients, it looks like you built this tool. It looks like it's a custom tool from your agency. If you're a client and you're sharing with investors, or you're sharing internally, it looks like you branded, it's your account, it's your store. And so that's really the point of this. Everything is automated. You can just go to clients, click add new client, fill in anything that you would want, fill in an API key. All we need are read-only API keys, and this whole thing runs by itself. And you can also add as many team members as you want, just so if you have an agency and you need different account managers on here, and if you have, something like a a store and you need different strategists or different email marketers that you have on staff being added here, we can add them. We can also assign clients to specific managers. So we can go here and we can be like, I'll assign this to Jared, and when I go up here to client overview, I can switch to just like my accounts. And there'll be more and more of this over time where we can assign different clients to a specific account manager and then start running stats on that account manager. And you're seeing if you're an agency, which account managers are your best account managers, that kind of thing. And let's just go through our roadmap real quick. We're just launching this right now. Right now, our plan is to roll out a Shopify app. We're going to roll out RFM segments. We're going to roll out retention analytics so we can track repeat purchase rate, average order value, that kind of thing. And we're also going to build out a lot of AI features, AI marketing calendars, AI segments, AI strategists, AI chatbots, all kinds of different things that, we've been working internally to build a lot of AI tools to help us strategize. And so really you can look at this tool as a lot more than just a reporting tool. We are trying to build systems for email marketers. And that's really what our goal is as a company. Our goal is to empower email marketers to use data to make their lives easier and to make more money in general. And so, let us know if you are interested in a free trial. We give 14-day, 30-day free trials, whatever you need. Our pricing is very fair. Let's book a call.